おはよう。うん。
Yeah?
私、幸せだよ。ずっと、君を、信じてるよ。うん。そろそろ夕飯の準備しなきゃね。
Hi everyone, this is audapostrophe. I think we might actually be at the end of the true end of you and me and her love story for PC. So let's see if we can get this right. I had to do a lot of searching. I had to do a lot of searching for the your digital number, basically us, the player digital number. So it's in some promotional material that is available through the website. And it's the only way to get it. If you bought like a special edition with some of the inserts, it was also there. But you know, I bought a digital edition. The physical edition has long since stopped being for sale. So yeah, to get this number is actually a pain. I thought it was just in a file that's on your local drive when you install the game, but no, it's not there. So let's move on, shall we?
今日はご飯どうしよっか。
And that number is 521-94054. So we got to remember that number. I'll say, I'll cook this time. Let's skip all that. Yeah, and kick her out. Take the small bag. Take her phone. Go through her address book. Oh, the address book isn't locked, so I can easily peruse its contents. But there's only one entry, God. No other names. As such, I have no real objective here. Let's call God.
また神様に電話しようとしたの？
Well.
あのね、新一。言ったでしょ？この世界で神様に電話をかける方法はないの。だから諦めて。私と一緒にずっと暮らしましょう。永遠に。ね。
Oh no, did it put us back in the loop? Take her phone. Go find the cat. Okay, good. I thought we were in the loop again. Take photos of the cat. Let's go find the cat. Her desperation is starting to scare me a little. It's interesting, there's still new dialogue. Just like the night we found her. Edo is a transceiver cat. So I'm pretty sure I know where he's taking me. Actions you normally never take. Actions that don't make sense in context. Yeah, we got this far. I have to break the cycle. I have to control the protagonist. Guide him to the true ending. It's the only way to truly save her. This doesn't surprise me. After all, this is the center of the universe, where radio wave reception is at its peak. And a transceiver cat brought us here. Hello? Skip all this. You want to know what led you here? It was me, the player on the other side of the screen. The one who gets to pick your choices. Almost completely. I remember Miyuki said the same thing. But that code number is gone. Miyuki changed it. Okay, well how can we find it? The whole conversation is being recorded in the backlog. If you tell it to us, Miyuki will find out and change it.
側の数字は不可知。主体者の世界にみゆきは干渉不可能。
The subject's universe?
法廷、すなわち現実。
Reality? You mean my universe?
現実に存在する8桁のキーコード。発見済み。
Yeah, again, this is quite the search if you want to find this. But thankfully I have it here. So we don't have to find it. And every time you play through, you're going to get your own phone number for God. So you gotta bear that in mind too. And we have to do a little bit of math here. So yes.
手帳と筆記用具が必要。テキストエディタ起動デモか。電卓もか。準備完了。
I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I guess.
神様の電話番号を記憶。
Okay, so our God's phone number is let's see, 9999-883-1174. That's our number. That's our God's phone number. I get this down right now, actually. So we've got 9999 883 1174. That's a hell of a number. I launched the address book app. God's phone number is 9999-883-1174. Okay. That is what we have here. Yes, okay.
電話番号から主体者が発見したキーコードを減算。
Okay, so the subject's phone number, or 8-digit number is 521 940 54. And that number is common throughout every playthrough, so that number does not change, thankfully. You have to go out and re-find that number, since it's a static number that you find by searching for all the materials for the Jazz in the Jazz website for You and Me and Her.
最後に、みゆきが用意した変数を合算。
Miyuki has a variable?
法廷、葵の復活を阻止する最後の障害。みゆきが最も思い入れを持つ数字。
What do you mean she favors it?
加算したものが運命の番号。葵を呼び出すコールナンバー。入力可能。
Okay, so we don't know Miyuki's variable. The number Miyuki favors the most. What could it possibly be? I desperately retrace my memories. Not that I have much to speak of.
心配不要。みゆきは回数を記録。スマートフォンの写真フォルダを閲覧。
As requested, I launched the Photos app. 7-Eleven. Today I met Muko Aioi on the school roof. It was my first time speaking with her, but as it turned out, the rumor about her being a space case is totally true. She conflates video games with reality and treats me like a romance option in a visual novel. It's absolutely unacceptable. My feelings for Shinichi are not something to be trifled with. 7-12. Today, at the batting cages, Shinichi asked me to make friends with Muko-san. Frankly, I don't see it ever working out, no matter how hard I try. But Shinichi seemed desperate, and I'm not made of stone, so I had no choice but to agree to help him. In exchange, I was going to ask him to help me with something else, but I'll just have to handle it myself. Still, it seems like Shinichi actually cares about me. I'm a little surprised. 7:31. Shinichi gave me a hairpin. Truth be told, it's not really my style. I know it doesn't suit me, but I'm going to treasure it anyway. I'll take good care of it for the rest of my life. Forever and ever. Aoi's so lucky. I wish I could rock the look like she does. 8:2. Aoi left the manga cafe to rescue an abandoned kitten, so Shinichi and I went looking for her. We searched the whole town until we found her on school grounds after hours. At that point, I thought to myself, maybe it's okay for me to just be honest about how I really feel. Maybe it's okay to tell Shinichi what I thought. But then Aoi interrupted me before I could. She collapsed and Shinichi ended up walking her back to the manga cafe, leaving me to go home by myself. Then I heard a phone ringing in the distance. I followed the ringing and, wouldn't you know it, I found Aoi's cell phone lying there. She probably dropped it when she staggered out through the front door. So I picked it up and immediately did a double take. It was a call from God. Looking back, I'm not sure why I decided to answer that call, but I did. And the instant I did, something took root in my heart. I started thinking, maybe God really does exist. 8:2. I couldn't believe it. What was that visual novel? It was nearly identical to the real world. Would those same events play out in real life too? Even the ending? I decided to ask Shinichi about it when I at the school next day. 8:3. So I went home and downloaded the game on my phone, and then I played through it just to check. But the game isn't a reflection of reality. Reality is a reflection of the game. Going forward, I'll have to forget everything I thought I knew. That was the only path to my happiness, and the only way I'll end up with Shinichi in this world. 8:8. Today. Oh, by the way, the file names, the dates on the dates on her diary entry actually match your file names on your local computer. So today I spent the night with Shinichi for the first time. I was really nervous and embarrassed, and I thought I was going to die, but Shinichi didn't turn away from the real me. I felt joy fill my entire body. I knew that I no longer needed anything else but this. I love you, so please, promise me you'll never let me go. 8:8. How to preserve memories. Call God. Save. Aoi is an event collection device. As an avatar, she requires energy, what she calls battery power, to maintain her existence. Likewise, saving the game also requires energy, as it involves calling God. No energy required to receive a call. Aoi's right. The roof gets the best reception. As a human, I don't need energy to exist. It still costs me to save the game, but it's not too devastating. The key is the SIM card. The SIM card is more important than the phone itself. The SIM card allows for my photos to carry over. As long as I take photos of my diary, no matter what route I end up in, I can keep a record of events. 8:10. Yesterday you betrayed me. I waited so long for you at the batting cages, but you ignored me. You went off to be with Aoi. You were trying to get on her route. Unacceptable. Absolutely unforgivable. You confessed your love to me. You pledged your eternal love to me. 8:14. Today I killed Shinichi. You probably hate me for that, but it's your fault. First you pledge your love, and then you turn around and cheat on me with Aoi. This is all your fault for dicking around with that tramp. 8:14. I've been living with Shinichi for 2 weeks. We flung that tacky-looking phone off the school roof, and now we've started our new life together. I know what I'm doing is sick and wrong. Truth be told, I don't really want to have to use sedatives. I don't really want to mess with the routes. But if I don't, you will leave me. You will abandon me all on my lonesome and run off to some other ending. This is my only option. 8:16. You can't seem to let Aoi go. So today, to please you, I cosplayed as her. Truth be told, I hated every minute of it, but I would endure anything for you. Have you fallen for me yet? 8:21. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to have to alter the universe. I wanted to stay together, all three of us, but we can't. You already betrayed me once, and I don't want it to happen again. I don't care if this world is twisted. I just want to be happy with you for the rest of my life. Please forgive me. 8:23. You didn't put me to sleep because you hate me. No, you did it because you want me to change for the better. How do I know this? Because you had to know everything about me in order to answer those questions, and you succeeded, which means you clearly must love me. I know what I'm doing is wrong, and I know you care about me, which is why you put me to sleep. That has to be it. 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 I trust you. You put me to sleep out of love. I believe in you, which is why I pretended it worked out. This is proof of our love. I trust you. 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 I trust. 9:5. Today I was with you. I'm not the protagonist. I was with you, literally. We didn't make physical contact. I know that. But I chose to believe that we really are together. I love you so much. I'm crazy about you. So I think I can trust you, 9-6. You already know the answer, don't you? You remember, don't you? My favorite number. It's the number of times you've given me your love. In other words, the number of times you've kissed me. The number of times your lips pressed against mine. The number of times your heart and mine were one. And that number is 68. Oh boy, I didn't think it was that high. We did go through this game a lot. And we're going to add Miyuki's variable. So plus 68. That gives us 99946637 Oh boy. Look, it's safe to trust you, right?
確認完了。葵のコールナンバー。入力可能。
Let's put it in. My fingers wander over the screen. A number I've never encountered in my life mysteriously floats to the forefront of my mind. Yeah, what the hell is this number? 99946637188. Bonk.
期待者は
Yes, so it is the launch trailer.
自動復帰プログラム。準備完了。
Not the game trailer, right? Which is different. So, like in Steam, there is the game trailer, but that's not the launch trailer. The launch trailer is a completely different trailer, which you have to track down, which is not the one that's on Steam. So it is very, very tricky to get here.
再度の更新。記憶同期により、バグの原因究明が可能になると推測。プログラム起動を希望。
At God's request. I tap the call button. My desperate wish transmits far beyond the furthest reaches of the sky. There's a tear in the fabric of space. It opens out of nowhere and begins to invade. A faint signal reaches out from beyond. The lines gather. Sketches unfold. Colors blossom. The whole world, the center of the universe. Has a new glitch. I hear a voice. A very familiar voice. She appears right in front of my eyes, and she's real. Do I know her? She looks at me, eyes unfocused. Her expression is colorless. Ayoi. Does she even remember me? But just then.
届いた。新一のところにちゃんと届いた。
Tears fall from her eyes. She slowly walks up to me, reaches out, and touches me. A spark of electricity shoots through my body. Ayoi? Why do I know her name? And why am I crying? Why the hell am I crying?
葵、知ってるの。それは嬉し涙なの。
I'm so confused. All these memories are flooding back. Memories I never used to have. She's wearing a hairpin. It's the same one I gave her. There's no mistaking it. It's really her. The same Aoi I kissed on the roof that night. A loud bang echoes across the roof. Miyuki takes one look at Aoi and gapes. She stands rooted to the spot. Then Aoi calls out to her old friend.
みゆき、ただいまなの。
There's a pause.
おかえり。
The words leave her lips in a small, strangled voice. They stare at each other in silence. No one makes a sound. Time passes.
みゆき、元の世界に戻るの。いや、私、この記憶、なくせない。ダメなの。この世界は、間違い。あなたが言うの？私に、あの呪いをかけたあなたが！ふざけないで！本気なの。
Miyuki looks ready to fight. But Aoi isn't backing down.
葵は間違ったの。それでみゆきを苦しめたの。だからもう苦しんで欲しくない。私が苦しんでる？冗談じゃない。私は新一と一緒で幸せ。嘘なの。みゆきだって知ってるの。この世界が間違いだって。その記憶が足かせになってるって。
Miyuki falls silent.
絶交されても仕方ないの。でもみゆきは葵の親友だって思ってるの。だから言うの。みゆき、元の世界に戻るの。葵が改変する前の元の世界に。それがみゆきのためなの。
She speaks in a quiet voice. Miyuki doesn't respond.
葵にはわかるの。葵も前はゲームのデータを持ってたから。元の世界に戻ればセーブもロードも効かないの。一度きりの恋なの。失敗したら終わりなの。それがみゆきは怖いの。みゆきは怖がってるの。
Miyuki looks back, eyes full of tears.
そうよ。怖いわよ。怖いに決まってるでしょ。私は信じたい。君が私を好きになってくれるって。そう、信じたいの。信じられるはずなの。信じたらこの世界の君との記憶をなくしてもいい。元の世界に戻れるはずなんだよ。でも
Miyuki can't let go. And it's probably because I betrayed her. I vowed my eternal love to her. And then I made choices that ran contrary to that vow.
ねえ、お願い。君の本当の気持ちを聞かせて。
Miyuki rounds on me. I'm the one who drove her to the breaking point. I asked Aioi to change the world for my own sake. So the fault lies with me. I know that. But
大丈夫なの。
Aioi smiles stiffly.
葵はもう消えるの。
Wait, but I only just brought her back. Now she's going to disappear again?
葵は神様のアバター。世界をロールバックするには神様と通信して記憶を同期するの。
Sync? I don't like the sound of that. Her love towards me is a glitch. And it ought to be investigated. That's what God was saying, at least, but her feelings came about as a result of remaining unsynced. If we really do reset the world, what will happen when Aioi syncs her memories with God?
そうなの。記憶を同期するとバグ消えるの。葵のこの感情はヒロインのたくさんの記憶の一つになって埋もれるの。
No.
いいの。葵は消えるためにこの世界に戻ったの。頬を流れるこの涙もそれが罰なの。親友のみゆきを傷つけた罰。
The tears keep flowing down her cheeks. No way in hell these are happy tears. Her emotions are a glitch? And erasing them is supposedly the correct thing to do? That can't be right.
お願いして。もし葵がこの世界から消えても、もしこの世界が偽物でただのゲームでも、もし別の世界に生まれ変わって君と葵は結ばれた、その事実が残ればそれでいいの。それだけはリアルなの。それだけで葵はだから葵を好きって言って。
Aioi begs me desperately. She's going to set the world right again. All to save her best friend, Miyuki. And in doing so, Aioi has to disappear. This is her final request. And I ought to grant it. Miyuki. And Aioi are both looking at me wordlessly. Well, looks like you know what you have to do. Yeah. You're the root of all this. I know. You changed the world in order to be with Miyuki. Yeah. And you betrayed Miyuki in order to be with Aioi. Yeah, I did. You can't betray them again. I know. Do you? Are you sure? You can hear me, right? It's me, the protagonist, the one who's been by your side through it all. Is that you, Shinichi? Yeah. I'm not just a puppet, you know. All the crossed wires from the transmissions have let me see some of the old memories, and God spoke to me. And they told me everything you've done, and why you're hesitating to make this final choice. You can't save. You can't try again. After all, that would be tantamount to betraying them. So you can only make this choice once. You can only reach one ending with either Miyuki or Aioi. That's how this game is scripted. That's how this world is coded. You could always make backup copies of your save data, or reinstall the game. You could use any number of methods to see both endings. Go ahead. You're free to do as you wish. I'm just the protagonist. I can't stop you. Not even God can stop you, I imagine. But let me just say this. If you do that, you're betraying Miyuki. If you do that, you're desecrating Aioi. If you truly care for them, if you want to see them live happily ever after, then you can only make this choice once. Once. The world reverberates in my chest. My hands start to sweat. I keep blinking nervously. I'm breathing loudly, too loudly.
お願い。
Miyuki moves in closer. I'm the one who bound her fate to mine.
お願いなの。
Aioi clings to me. I'm the one who taught her how to love. Now, you must choose. This love story is between you and her and her. And this is your final choice. You'll only get one chance to make it. Who will you choose? Who do you love? All right, so obviously we have choices, but if we do want to see both endings, yes, we do have to reinstall the game, or delete all of the save data, which is in a different folder than the game install. Obviously, we choose. I can, and I do. Will you trust me? I know I can't prove it. I know all we have are these choices, and just the click of a mouse. But my feelings behind the screen are the real deal. Will you believe me?
信じる。あなたがこの選択肢を選んでくれた。私との物語の結末を知りたいって願ってくれた。それが愛の証明だよ。
Even after the world resets, we'll still be together. Won't we? Let's go back.
だって私は知ってるから。君が私を愛してくれてるって。永遠の愛がそこにはあるって。
Yeah. It's fate. Let's go, Miyuki. We turn back. But she's already gone. Who was she? Now we'll never know. I'm overcome with an indescribable sense of loss. But it'll probably fade soon. Still, this is the path I chose. It's my just desserts.
正しいことをしましょう。
Her phone lies forgotten on the ground. She checks the screen. Then she taps the call button and starts the rollback.
ねえ、お願い。今度はちゃんと私にキスしてね。あの時すごく恥ずかしかったんだから。
Yeah, I know. This time I'm sure I can make it happen. After all, we pledged our eternal love to each other. With our hearts full of hope and overflowing love, and the last lingering traces of remorse, we send the signal. Life is like a staircase. You just gotta keep climbing. Otherwise, if you start to overthink it, you'll have trouble taking the next step. There are no branching paths. No point in regretting the actions you didn't take. They say life is a series of choices, but that's nonsense cooked up by the old and bitter. Yesterday leads to today, and today leads to tomorrow. One step at a time. What lies ahead? You won't know until you get there. At the top of the staircase, I step outside into the dazzling sunset. This is the school roof. Most students are barred entry. You'd think I'd be used to the view from up here, but evidently a few hours difference is all it takes to make the world look brand new. Yutaro, you up here? No response. The peaceful autumn breeze is all that greets me. Grass has sprouted between the cracks in the concrete, and the piled desks on the far side is rusting from exposure to the elements. Up here, it almost feels like a forgotten place lost to time. I love it. Specifically, I love the 360-degree view of the town below. I've lived my whole life here. Every inch of this town is packed with nostalgic memories. The longer I look out, the calmer I feel. When they randomly voted me onto the campus cleanup committee, I wasn't exactly eager. But if I'd known about this little side perk sooner, maybe I would have volunteered for the job. Roof access is only granted to two groups, the astronomy club for stargazing and the cleanup committee to haul desks in and out. That said, I'm told there are plenty of spare keys floating around if you know where to look. The school roof has a certain legend attached to it, you see. As a result, every now and then, other students will ask me to unlock the door for them, which is why I'm up here today, at the behest of my friend Yutaro. Unfortunately, he seems to be running late. I look down. There's a cell phone lying face down on the ground by the door. Who's this? I can place a phone call, right? Hello? Oh god, I dialed a random number and they actually picked up. What? With that, the line disconnects. Who was that? And how did she know my name? I mean, this phone isn't even mine. What the hell? Before I can check the call history.
Shinichi?
Oh, hey Miyuki.
どうしてここに?
Oh, just waiting, I guess.
待ってた?
Yeah, waiting for you.
じゃあ、シンイチが呼び出してくれたんだ。シンイチ、私も同じ気持ちなの。本当はずっと待ってたの。
Yuki and I go way back. As kids, we were really close. So, when did we start to drift apart? When did I start keeping my distance?
シンイチがここに呼んでくれたから嬉しかった。
Miyuki?
私もシンイチが好きだよ。
Her lips draw near. The red rays of the sunset light up her face. And I find myself pulled in. I can't tear my eyes away. And then... Wait, hold on a minute. If two people share a kiss on the roof, their love will be eternal. At our school, this legend is so popular, students invite each other up here all the time to confess their love. And Yutaro must be a believer too. That would explain why he summoned Miyuki up here. Look, you've got the wrong idea.
勘違い?
I'm not the one who invited you up here. It was Yutaro.
Eh?
For a moment, her facade slips. But then she catches herself.
そうなんだ。そうよね。そうだと思った。ごめんなさい。
Miyuki is the queen bee of the school, and I'm the ultimate nobody. She's a million miles out of my league. We belong to different worlds. Not even worthy of breathing her air.
それじゃあ新一はここで何を？
Well, actually, I was just messing around with this phone. Wait, what the?
どうしたの？
I know I just had it. Where did it go? Did I drop it? I scanned the roof. I don't see it.
ないわね。
Yeah. The roof is completely empty, save for a pile of rusty desks in one corner. If I dropped it, it should be extremely easy to find.
ん？
Miyuki and I look up in unison. I reach into my pocket and pull out my cell phone. An email? No subject, no body text, and no sender, strangely enough. At first it seems like just a spam message, but then I notice a photo attached. Curiously, I open it. What the? It's us?
みたいね。
Miyuki peers down at her phone too. Evidently, she got the same email I did. Who's that on the left there?
わかんないけど楽しそう。
Yeah. In the photo, we look like we're the best of friends. The more I look at it, the more I feel so... Miyuki?
なんでもない。なんでもないけどなんだかすごく懐かしい感じがして、前は新一と一緒にこんな感じで自然に笑えたなってそう思ったら。
Miyuki. I gently pull her close. She collapses against my chest.
ごめんね新一。なんでだかわかんないけど悲しくもないのに急に涙が。
They must not be sad tears then.
新一と一緒にいられて嬉しい涙だね。
I gingerly put my arms around her. No matter how much she acts like the perfect student, no matter what sort of persona she puts on, deep down she hasn't changed a bit. She's still the same girl she was back then. The realization wipes away my last lingering doubts, and I think to myself, maybe we can go back to the way we used to be. Maybe I ought to tell her how I really feel. Miyuki, will you hear me out?
ごめんなさい。ちょっと待って。私こんな顔で。今落ち着くから。
Miyuki wipes away her tears, then puts a hand to her chest like she's willing her racing heartbeat to settle. I can tell she's doing her best to regain her composure. No rush. Take your time.
ありがとう。
I've never seen her this nervous before, not even on stage. Then again, I guess it's because this isn't a performance. This is the real her. The her I was friends with all those years ago. The her only I can see.
はい。
Ready?
いいよ。
She looks at me, her gaze shifting nervously. Then I see my reflection in her eyes and realize I look every bit as nervous as she does. I take a deep, deep breath. All these years I've kept asking myself, do I go for it? And now, finally, something has given me the push I need. Thank you, God, or fate, or whatever you are. Sone Miyuki, please be my girlfriend. I bow my head, and I wait, and wait, and wait. But there's no response. Miyuki? Sure enough, she's crying. Happy tears. And in this moment, she looks so perfect.
なんだかすごく回り道しちゃったなって。ずっとこんなに近くにいたのにね。
All this time, I kept overthinking everything, running from it. But now it's in the open, and the burden is gone. Turns out the stuff that really matters isn't actually all that complicated. So...
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Miyuki bows too. Then I bow again. This is so stupid, I can't help but smile.
なんだか改めて言うと照れちゃうね。
Miyuki smiles beneath the setting sun. One look at her and all my love comes rushing to the surface. Miyuki.
いいよ。
She closes her eyes. And we share an eternal kiss. Okay, so there you go. That was You and Me and Her on PC. Yeah, wow, what a crazy ride. I know a lot of people compare this to Doki Doki Literature Club, but you had to bear in mind that this game came out 4 years earlier than Doki Doki. Now that doesn't mean that Doki Doki is like a copy of this game. I think what really happened was there happened to be two games being developed, kind of around the same time, but they just happen to have the same story arc and the same ideas behind them. And this wouldn't be the first time this has ever happened. I mean, we often get competing movies and competing novels that just happen to have like the same kind of plot twists. I will say though that if you have played Doki Doki, that is the game that you should play first, and then you should play this one. Really, because this one is a much better game than Doki Doki. And Doki Doki is an excellent game, so that tells you something. To me, this game has all of its characters feel a lot more real. Your main character isn't a total asshole, and kind of an uncaring jerk like he is in Doki Doki, which again, that's very much on purpose on there. And I think you spend a lot of time going through the route, getting the romance options that you want, and then being a little shocked at the other romance options that you have, and then being further shocked when you find out that this actually is not a romance game. I think the shock is even greater here, and I think they did all the violence really tastefully, and I think they really sold it much better than they could have done in Doki Doki. But Doki Doki is a game made with a much smaller team, and this game was made by a lot of veterans. So I don't think the expectation that Doki Doki would have been a better game than this is realistic. This was always going to be the better game. It's just strange that so few people have heard about it compared to Doki Doki, and that it came out so many years before Doki Doki, and still having the same general plot and the same kind of plot twist, being a mix of romance and horror. Again, neither of these games are the first games to have romance and horror. Neither of the games are contain fourth wall breaking material, but I think because they're so similar in how they approach romance and horror, I think people kind of unfairly make some claims about who is who's influenced by who. But really, at the end of the day, they're both really great games. They both deserve to be owned by anybody who likes visual novels, and it's really amazing that we get in my opinion, two great games that are romance horror games. I think we should count ourselves lucky that we got to experience this, and even better that they did finally bring over You and Me and Her, and obviously here's the title changes is You and Her. So yeah, great journey. I don't know if people want to see the other ending. This is the canon ending, so you know, I think if you're supposed to do what the game says, is that you'll never ever investigate the other ending. I mean, the other ending requires me to uninstall the game, so you know, I don't mind doing that, but and I don't think that we need to go through an entire playthrough just to do that. But yeah, if you're curious and you want to see me go through it, I'd be happy to do that for you. But there are other playthroughs out there that reveal that ending, so you know, if you really, really do want to see it, then there's ways to get to it. But if you want me to do it specifically, then no problem. I'll oblige. And I hope at some point in time this game will come out to consoles. I know it'll be difficult to kind of do some of this stuff on the console, but they got it with Doki Doki, so there's no reason they can't wrap some way around it to do here. I think it's possible, and I really hope that happens. I hope Just manages to get a developer willing to put this on the consoles. I'd really like to see it, and I'd be more than happy to play it again if that happens. Once again, this is Apostrophe. I'm watching You and Me and Her, but now it's You and Her. And you see now we're missing Ioi. So yeah, definitely check it out, and I hope you had a good time watching, and I will see you at the next stream.